At the time of recording this video, Napoli are currently sitting second in Serie A after picking 2 wins out of 2 to start their season off. However, when it comes to Europe, it is a different story because the last time they won a European trophy was back in 1989. But today, we changed that because by the end of this video, they're going to be the best team in the world. And we start our journey with Napoli with just under 50 million. Now, Napoli's team has got a lot of work that it needs doing. They've just lost Kalidou Koulibaly to Chelsea, which leaves their defence a lot weaker than it was. They have brought in 2 very good strikers, one being Simeone and the other one being Raspadori, and from that Sassuolo rebuild, we all know how good this guy is, so I'm definitely going to try and utilise him as much as possible, which does mean that we probably won't be rocking with the 4-3-3 attacking variation. We'll probably rock with a formation where it utilises 2 strikers up top, obviously still has wingers and has a cam and a CDM. Maybe a 4-1-2-1-2, but I'm not too sure yet. All I know is whilst Napoli are doing really well in real life so far this season, on FIFA, on paper, they need a lot of work. We certainly bolstered the defensive lineup in that transfer window. First, we sent out Juan Jesus on a loan. We then sold Mario Rui for 9.2 million. We then brought in Zinchenko for 20 million, and we brought in the 6'3" German giant Nico Schlotterbeck for 30 million. And that leaves the team looking like this going into season 1 of this rebuild. We are rocking with the 4-4-2 flat formation, and quite honestly, I don't think I've actually used this formation all year, so this is going to be quite interesting. As you can see, from the midfield up, it is absolutely solid. Raspadori, we all know how good this guy is, so he is staying put in that starting 11. It's just the goalkeeper and back 4 that need time to improve. Now, we know that given time, Alex Mere will turn into an absolute monster, so he's going nowhere. Him and James Schlotterbeck have got very good potential, so is Zinchenko, and to be fair, Di Lorenzo is actually the best one out of all 4 of them so far at this moment in time, so he's staying put as well. By the end of the season, I am hoping that the starting 11 is all 80 rated or even higher. And we are in Europe this year in the Europa League. We're in Group C, joined by Leicester City, Legia Warsaw, and Kalmar FF. And you've got to fancy us and Leicester just going through this group like hot and hard through butter, aren't you? I mean, are we really surprised it ended like this? We topped the table with 13 points, Leicester City with 8 points. Legia Warsaw actually weren't too far off Leicester City, only 2 points behind them. They go into the Conference League. And Kalmar FF, they are rock bottom with 5. And halfway through the season in the Serie A, we are top 6, currently 1 point outside the top 4. It's not looking the best, to be fair. I did expect us to do a little bit better, but at the same time, we're in a decent position. And in that transfer window, we sent out Diego Dem on loan, but we brought in Dutch midfielder Jorginho Wijnaldum for 24 million. And this is how the team looks going into the second half of this season. Now, at the beginning of this rebuild, I said I want this entire starting 11 by the end of the season 1 to be 80 rated or higher. And at the halfway point, we are very nearly at that goal. The only player laying this down is Alex Mere, but I've got no doubt in my mind he's going to smash it at the end of this season. Our first signings to this rebuild, Zinchenko and Schlotterbeck, have both improved very nicely indeed. It's nice to see. To be honest, with how this team looks now, there's no reason why we can't get top 4 and maybe even win the Europa League. And at the end of this season, we found ourselves in the top 4, and I think we've done bloody well to do it considering the opposition we were up against to get into the top 4. AC Milan absolutely wiped the floor with this freaking league this season. 15 points clear at the top. Then it was Bergamo Calcio. I think that is Atalanta. I could be wrong. Then it was us, Juve, Roma, and then it was Lazio who finished in the top 6. Inter Milan had a shocker. And Udinese pulled off a massive upset, beating Inter Milan 3-1 to win the Coppa Italia. Lazio won the Conference League. Oh, we were so close as well. We got to the final of the Europa League, but got battered there by bloody Frankfurt. And PSG won the Champions League. Well, Osmihen, I'm not being funny, lads, but did we really expect anything less from this guy? 87 rated, 5 overall gross, 23 goals, 6 assists from 53 games. He's had a very damn good start to the freaking rebuild, hasn't he? Politano, 20 goals, 8 assists. That's not bad at all. Raspadori going up to 81 rated, 19 goals and 4 assists to his name. Mark my words, he is going to be instrumental to our success for the next 2 or 3 seasons. Hervé Lozano, 82 rated now with 10 goals, 5 assists. Simone, 80 rated from the subs bench, getting himself 8 goals, 1 assist. Zielinski, 5 goals, 7 assists. Di Lorenzo getting himself 8 goal contributions this season from the fullback position. It's actually been a really good season. Hang on, actually, let's have a look. Have the whole team in the start. They have as well. Every single player in that starting 11 is 80 rated and above, and I'm bloody bloody buzzing with that now. Season 2 is definitely going to be a good season. And this season, the board have been very goddamn generous, giving us over 100 million to work with. And as you can see, some of the players are on international duties as we speak. But we have 100 million to work with. And whilst I want to wait for some players to develop, I feel like if we don't use that money, it'd be a stupid thing to do. Guys, trust me when I say we made some moves in that transfer window. Firstly, we sold centre-back Amir Rahmani for just over 25 million. We then spent 55.5 million bringing in Swiss goalkeeper Gregor Kobel. And the big one, we brought in French centre-back Lucas Hernandez for 69.6 million. And this is how the team looks going into season 2 of this rebuild, and this team looks goddamn terrifying if you were coming up against these. There's no weaknesses on this pitch, and quite frankly speaking, our lowest rated player, Raspadori, is 82 rated. He's 22 years old, and we all know he's going to grow like a rocket this season. It's very promising at the fact that this is only season 2, and this is how the team looks. And of course, we are in the Champions League. We're in Group D this time, joined by Villarreal, Sporting, and KV Mechelen. I mean, it's a tie between ourselves and Villarreal. Sporting have some good players, but I don't think they're quite strong enough to get into the round of 16 just yet. I think they'll probably go into the Europa League, but I would say it would be ourselves and Villarreal. I stand corrected, so we made it through to the round of 16. However, this time it was Sporting CP who did manage to just about get through to the round of 16. I'm assuming that Sporting beat Villarreal head-to-head because obviously they got the same goal difference. But that doesn't matter because Villarreal are in the Europa League, Sporting are in the round of 16 with us, and that only leaves one question. Who are we facing? We're against RB Leipzig. Okay, we could have had Dynamo Kiev, we could have had Bergamo Calcio, but no, we got RB Leipzig instead. And it's pretty safe to say that this time, at the halfway point in this season, we are absolutely wiping the floor with the Serie A. We are 5 points clear of second place Juve. We are clear of Inter Milan and Lazio. We're just in a league of our own at the minute. And this is how the team is lining up for the second half of this season and the round of 16 tie against RB Leipzig. I've got a really bad habit of doing all of the business in the first transfer window, leaving us with pretty much no money for the second transfer window, which is why we didn't do a single thing during that period. But to be honest, we don't really need to. The strikers are absolutely insane. Our midfield four are ridiculous. Our back four looks so goddamn strong now. And our goalkeeper is just brilliant. So I think realistically speaking, our transfers, they've all been sensational. Or our real test is against RB Leipzig in the round of 16. And here we are. We already know that RB Leipzig rock with the 3 at the back formation. They're rocking with a 3-4-2-1. Their team is Lacazette. Why is Lacazette always moving around like he's not even that good? They got Andre Silva and Nkunku, Lookman, Olmo, Dembele. I'm really not too sure which Dembele that is. I can't imagine why they put him at a centre midfielder position, but nevertheless, they got Angelino, Vardiol, Orban, Simican, Meisler. It's a very goddamn good team, but to be honest, when you look at ours and compare it to theirs, we've got to wipe the floor with them, surely. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if we can best up. See what I mean? 3-0 up. We aren't Tottenham Hotspur. Surely to God, this is in the bag and we are through to the quarterfinals. Let's see if we can do it. Come on. See what I mean? 5-2 overall, 2-2 on the night. We are cruising to the freaking quarters. Now, I said at the midway point in this season that RB Leipzig were the real test, and it turned out they weren't. Manchester freaking City are the real test. We absolutely wiped forward with RB Leipzig 5-2. Now it's time to face the big boys in blue, Manchester City. And let me tell you something, guys. We don't even need to look at that team to tell you that it is freaking insane. So, quite frankly speaking, this may be our exit. But nevertheless, we are at home, so you never know. Let's see what we can do. We do lose 2-1. Definitely not a good start. Hopefully, we can pull off a miracle and beat them in the second leg. Pretty much do or die now. We either win and win convincingly and proceed to the semi-finals, or we draw, lose, whatever, don't win convincingly, and we are knocked out and we've got to do this whole thing again. And I prefer the first option, quite frankly. So, without further ado, can we pull off? Oh, you absolute ballens. Oh, that's a shame, man. We actually beat them as well. 2-1. Fabian and Osmian getting the goals for us. Jesus in the 89th minute. Can't lie, I'm pretty gutted. I actually thought we'd have a chance, but losing by freaking pens, man, that stings. But that is our Champions League journey come to an end, courtesy of Manchester City via a penalty shootout. And quite frankly speaking, there's nothing much really left for us to do this season apart from go to the end of this season and see if we've got Champions League football once again. This season, we definitely took the Serie A by its throat and chokeslammed that motherfucker into the ground because we won the The Serie A title was 7 points clear at the top. AC Milan were freaking second. They had a pretty shocking season considering this time last season they were 15 points clear, but nevertheless. Third place Atalanta, fourth place Juve, fifth place Lazio, sixth place Inter Milan, seventh place Fiorentina. Roma finished 8th, and I swear there's another team that I'm missing. Oh no, it's us. For some reason then I completely forgot we were rebuilding Napoli. Meanwhile, it was AC Milan who won the Coppa Italia. Wolfsburg won the Conference League. Barca won the Europa League. PSG won the Super Cup. And at least we got knocked out by the winners of the Champions League. I mean, stats-wise, we really can't complain, can we? Like Osmian, 90 rated, 24 years old, 29 goals, 5 assists. We got Raspadori, 21 goals, 8 assists, 86 rated now at 23 years old. We got Politano, 85 rated, 15 goals, 5 assists. Simeone, on loan to Atalanta, 12 goals, 4 assists as well. And our striker from the subs bench as well, 10 goals, 2 assists. Then you got Wijnaldum, Fabian Lozano, Di Lorenzo, Zielinski. All with pretty bang average stats, but realistically speaking, these 4 here, or 5 should I say, they've done spectacularly well this season. We got to the quarters of the Champions League, losing out to the team that eventually went on to win the entire competition, so we can't really be too mad at that. We won the Serie A with flying colours, so hopefully next season we can win the Serie A, win the Coppa Italia, and we can go all the way in the Champions League. This season, once again, we've been given a lot of money by the board in 128.09 million. To be honest, there's not really many places on this team I can actually improve. Probably bring in another winger for Lozano, but other than that, I am exceptionally happy with how this team looks. We did bits in that transfer window. We firstly brought in Keylor Navas for 7.5 million. And the big one, we brought in Rafael Leo for 80 million. And this is how the team looks going into season 3 of this rebuild. Now, the reason I brought Keylor Navas in is basically Alex Mere wants out. He won't renew his contract. He's been a little bitch, so I really can't do anything about it. Henceforth, why I brought Keylor Navas in. High-rated player for quite cheap, and obviously that leaves a little bit more money for the January transfer window if I need to spend it. But this team, I genuinely think, is more than ready for the Champions League this season. Maybe third time lucky. And in the Champions League, we are up against RB Leipzig, Sporting CP, and team name ABBR15_0. What? EA, lads, come on. I know it's almost FIFA 23, but keep it up, lads, will you? I mean, I think it's a given that we're going to get 2 wins over the bottom team, so to be honest, I genuinely can't see us not getting through to the round of 16, top of the table. I mean, we've done this twice in a row now, undefeated in the group stage. Was it ever in any doubt, really? I mean, obviously, RB Leipzig did finish second, Sporting finished third. The team name, whatever the frickin' hell that glitch is, finished bottom. Made it a little bit easy for us, don't get me wrong. Maybe it quite literally is third time lucky. So without further ado, round of 16, our opponent is Bayer Leverkusen, and we've just rebuilt them as well, so this is going to be quite interesting. And at the midway point this season, in the Serie A, we are currently 4 points behind league leaders Inter Milan, and quite literally, everyone behind us is light years away from us. It's quite literally a 2-horse race. Trust me when I say we made one of the best signings we could have possibly made. We sold Alex Mere for 20.9 million, but then we brought in centre midfielder Kevin De Bruyne for 70 million, and we also included Georginio Wijnaldum as part of that deal. And this is how the team looks going into the knockout stages of the Champions League, and I'm very goddamn confident that this time we will at least make it past the quarters. Kevin De Bruyne's addition to this squad is just godly, ain't he? 5-star, 5-star, 91 rated. I know he's 32 years old, but come on, we're only going to need him for another 2 years at least with this team. Man, everything about this team just screams world class, and I cannot wait to see this in action. Now, considering we have just rebuilt Bayer Leverkusen, this is a little bit bittersweet, isn't it? They are rocking with the 4-2-3-1 wide variation. And that team, considering how we left it, Jesus Christ, it's completely different, isn't it? They've got Pickford, Ben White, Baku, Luke Shaw. They've got freaking Lozek as a cam. They've no longer got Wirtz by the looks of it. It's just a completely different team. And quite frankly speaking, looking at that team and looking at ours, we've surely got to wipe the floor with it. Come on, Napoli. Prove... How are we drawing 3-3 to that starting 11 that Bayer Leverkusen put out? I wasn't exactly expecting it to be this close going into the second leg. 3-3 going into this game. It doesn't exactly fill me with the best of confidence, I must say. But nevertheless, here we are. We're going to get into this game and hopefully we can finish it off right. Thank God for that. 5-4 overall, 2-1 on the night. We just about make it to the quarterfinals. Now, considering the fact that we've only just beaten Bayer Leverkusen to get into the quarters, I'm not exactly that confident going into this game. I have to say, Liverpool are a different beast in FIFA. Their front three, Salah, Jota, Mane, their middle three. Oh, that's where Wirtz went. He went to Liverpool. Wirtz, Fabinho, and Thiago. Then it's Robertson, Van Dijk, Van den Berg, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and of course, Alisson in between the sticks. Now, on paper, our team is probably just a little bit better, but this is Liverpool we're talking about. And quite frankly speaking, I'm feeling a bit of deja vu. Quarterfinals, English team. We aren't better get knocked out against Liverpool, or I will. Oh, there we go. That's a beautiful start. Beautiful Raspadori with 2, and Osmium in the freaking 6th minute gets us that 3-1 advantage we desperately needed against Liverpool. A draw will do it. I don't want to lose. I don't want to draw, realistically speaking. I'd like another convincing win, but this is Liverpool we're talking about. A very convincing win over Liverpool is very hard to come by, but a draw will come on. We are in the semi-finals. We have just beaten an exceptionally strong Liverpool to do it as well. 3rd time lucky, maybe? If we've just knocked out Liverpool, we have surely got to get the better of AC Milan. I mean, don't get me wrong, their team is very good. They've got Mainan, Tomori, Klosterman. They've got Theo Hernandez, Kessie Tonali, Puedo, Beniera, Cunha. They've got a very good team, but surely to God, if we've just beaten Liverpool, we can get the better of Milan. Let's see if I am right. For God's sake, Napoli, don't mess this up. Every time, man, I don't like this. I've just checked out the league looks. We are miles ahead of AC Milan at this point, so surely to God, we've got to knock them out now. We have got to knock out AC Milan to get... Oh, come on! Raspadori and Osmian, I can kiss you. Thank God for that. 3-2 overall, 2-1 on the night. We knock out the Italian giants AC Milan and book our place, and freaking well deserved so, in the Champions League final. And on the 25th of May 2024, it will be Napoli versus PSG in the Champions League final. We're coming up against PSG quite a lot recently in the final of the Champions League. And to be fair, we haven't yet lost the final, so I'm not really too worried. But before we get into the game itself, let's see how we've done elsewhere this season. And we once again claim the title to being the best team in Italy in very convincing fashion. We were the league leaders at the end of this season by 12 points over Inter Milan, finished 2nd. Then it was 3rd place Juve, then AC Milan, Fiorentina, Sassuolo. Bloody Atalanta finished freaking 8th, then Lazio finished 9th, Roma finished 11th. Oh my God, what a wacky season. We went on to win the Super Coppa as well. We didn't, however, win the Coppa Italia. That honour goes to AC Milan. A little bit gutted about that, I must say. United won the Conference League, Wolfsburg won the Europa League, and it was Manchester City this time to win the Super Cup. Now that is an absolutely outstanding individual season. 43 goals. 1 assist for Victor Osimhen, going up to 92 rated as well. No wonder we won the frickin' league. Raspadori himself can't be overlooked as well. 26 goals, 7 assists, 88 rated at 24 years old. Being absolutely outstanding from start to finish, this lad has. Rafael Leo got 28 goal contributions in 50 games, going to 88 rated himself. Politano's really surprised me this bloody rebuild, honestly. I didn't actually think I'd keep him, but he's 88 rated at 30 years old, and he's got himself 23 goal contributions this season. He's been outstanding, hasn't he? I have to admit, though, KDB surprised me a little bit. I thought he'd have been a little bit more involved in the goal contributions, but I suppose it is what it is. We won the league, we won the Super Coppa, now it's time to win the Champions League. And PSG's team is, I feel like we've seen this team a million times over. They have got a front three of Messi, Mbappe, and Jack Grealish. That's actually quite a refreshing change. The middle three of Gundogan, Verratti, and Benacar. They got Wijndal, Fernandes, Marquinhos, Carvajal, and of course, Juanluigi Donnarumma in between the sticks. I actually think, on paper, our team is a hell of a lot better, but this time we aren't leaving it to chance. I'm in charge of this, and I have yet to lose a single rebuild final, and I don't intend on that starting right now. So without further ado, it's time to get into the game itself. It is Napoli versus PSG at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu in the Champions League final. I have been saying this same sentence all season. Third time lucky. Can we make that happen? Rafael Leo, he's on the ball. He's freaking... Oh, he's found Raspadori near post. And the first chance we get, we absolutely bury it in very clinical fashion. Raspadori is never missing from that position. In the first 5 minutes, we are 1-0 up against PSG. Rafael Leo, he cuts inside, does a little step over, sees Raspadori's run, and he goes near post. Jesus Christ. You're not getting more near post than that, are you? What a start to the final. PSG, if you want to start playing football anytime soon, I'd be glad to see it. Next FIFA, I really want EA to make sure that the difficulty is actually a little more difficult. I mean, I'm playing on Ultimate right now, and it feels like legendary. Like, I've yet to lose a single final in the entirety of the time that I've been doing these rebuilds since back in FIFA 21. So either I'm too good for this, which I don't like being a little bit too cocky, but I mean, I haven't lost yet, so I must be. It's either that, or I may have to make sure that the sliders aren't exactly even. Mbappe has found Jack Grealish. Grealish, wow, that nearly creeped in. Raspadori is on the ball. Raspadori, right, he's got really nobody with him. Hang on, he's found Leo. Oh, Leo's dispossessed in the box by Marquinhos. Politano is against Windell. He's against Windell. He's up against Steve. We've found Di Lorenzo, though. Oh, can we feed him through? This is beautiful. This is... I'm sorry, that has got to be the best bit of play I've done in a long time on this game. Hope it shows you the entire thing. That was just a thing of absolute... Oh, just... Oh, mwah. And in the first half, Raspadori's on his hat-trick. We are absolutely wiping the floor with PSG. And, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. We've got Rafael Leo on the ball. Can he find Raspadori? Oh, my God. Kevin De Bruyne is going to find... It's getting too easy, this is. EA, please make it harder. And not even 5 minutes after, we make it 2-0. We are 3-0 up now. We have the ball with Politano. Osmian is making that run. I see that run. And we're... Oh. And that is the half-time whistle. We go into the half-time break. 3-0 up against PSG in what has got to be the easiest game I've played in a very long time. I mean, I would love to make it like 5 or 6-0. But how PSG are playing, I feel like it'd be far too easy. Politano has found Osmian. Osmian, he's seen that run from Raspadori on his right foot. Oh, that's probably the best save Donnaruma's made. Actually, I'd say that's his only save. Politano's picked it up. Can we spot a header? No, we can't. We're unlucky. Politano! Oh my God, we're feeding in Osmian. Osmian has found... Oh, hang on. Okay, fair enough. It was Leo, then it was Osmian. I mean, what can you do when the AI is doing that? Just to put this into perspective for you lot, we are 4-0 up against PSG, and it's not even close to being full time yet, and we may even make it. Oh, no, hang on, have we still got the ball? Yes, we have. Osmian, can we feed in Raspadori? Raspadori, we're going to make it 5-0 here. We're actually going to make it 5-0. I mean, when you're calling it to happen, that's when you know it's a little bit bad. I mean, should I just put the controller down and see if that helps PSG out a little bit? Or... Oh, hang on. I mean... You had to give him one, didn't you? Right, now it's time to get 6. Let's go for 6. It's Rafael Leo versus Carvajal. Carvajal has got absolutely no chance. We're going to find... Why is it this easy? Why is it this easy? Raspadori with a hat-trick. Osmian with 2 goals. Politano with 1 goal. 6-1 up against PSG. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this, does it? I don't know whether it's the 4-4-2 formation that's just ridiculously overpowered, or it's the fact that PSG are playing like absolute dog shit right now. But either way... Oh, we're not behind. No. Raspadori made a very poor decision there. Oh, here we go. There we go. They got one in the end. I mean, it's about freaking time they started playing football, isn't it? I mean, that's the most computer-generated goal you'll ever see, isn't it? But we are 6-2 up still. It's the 82nd minute. We could quite literally put our controller down right now, and we'd still easily win this game. Rafael Leo has found Raspadori. Raspadori's found the return. We're going to go inside. Osmian, near post. Ooh, Donnarumma actually made a save. Rafael Leo is on the ball. He's got, oh, look at, oh no, I wanted that. Oh, that's a great ball to Icardi. Icardi is through. He's being taken out well, not taken out, but he's got absolutely surrounded there. And KDB is going to find Rafael Leo. And can we make it 7-2 to end this game? Oh, bloody hell, Osmian. What was that? Honest to God, there's been more power and punches from me freaking nano than that. And that is, mercifully, the full-time whistle. And Napoli are officially the best team in the goddamn world by beating PSG 6-2 in the Champions League final. I have to admit, guys, that was a hell of a lot of fun. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, smash the hell out of that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you never ever miss a video that I upload. We are on the road right now to 6,000 subscribers. And the like goal for today's video is 250 likes. If we could hit that, that would be incredible. Every single time I say that, it sounds even more bizarre. 6,000 subscribers. But that is all from me. It has been your boy Gudgeon. Hope you guys have an absolutely incredible afternoon, and until next time, I'll see you later.